Now, an opportunity for Emmett Bolton to really launch it down there. Brilliant catch in the air. Kavanagh takes it. Back out once again towards Padraig O'Neill, and Padraig O'Neill puts it over. His second point of this match, and the teams are level. It's Meath 1-9, it's Kildare 2-6. Into space, James Kavanagh, elusive as ever, showing good vision. Back out to Johnny Doyle, tricky angle, curling it in, curling it well, and putting it over the bar. And Kildare lead the quarter-final. Kildare 2 goals and 7, Meath 1 goal and 9. Up it comes again towards Shane O'Rourke, getting loose, away from McGrillen, chancing his arm, having a go with the kick, and it's a superb kick. One in each half for Shane O'Rourke, and the 22-year-old gets the Meath fans applauding again. Back with Morgan O'Flaherty, back in towards Johnny Doyle. Now Kavanagh, across here as far as Hugh Lynch. Kildare going for another one, into Emmett Bolton, tricky angle, he does well, he does superbly. Emmett Bolton kicks his first point of this match, and Kieran McGeeney's team are ahead by a point. It's 2-8 to 1-10. In this one goes as far as Owen O'Flaherty, and again a fantastic shot. Wonderful score by the youngster who's got his third point in this match. And Kildare lead by 3 at a critical stage of this fourth quarter final. Now, Brian Meade's now number 31. Gets it back here. How's it go? They need a score. Can he provide it? Yes, he can. Brian Meade, fresh shirt, bloody but unbowed, and it's his first of the day. Well contested again and well won by Johnny Doyle. Up towards James Kavanagh, taking on Owen Harrington, slipping it back to Doyle, putting the boot right through it, following through. Umpires look at it and wave the white flag. 6 for Johnny Doyle. Another for Kieran McGeeney's team, and the fans are happy. There are 4 points between them again. It's a great recovery by Kildare, because Meath got so close within 2 points just a matter of 5 minutes ago. Well, they won a highly contentious Leinster final. We all know about the bizarre ending to that, and it looks like that's about as much as they're going to take from 2010, unless they can produce the miracle of all miracles. And the referee has spotted a foul inside, so the ball is being brought forward quickly in the 70th minute, and there's going to be a free kick, but there are 6 points between the teams. Meath need a goal, not just one but 2.
It's a goal or nothing from this.
The referee has a little word with Garrod O'Cinneide from Galway, one of his linesmen.
I hate actually revisiting the Louth game, but isn't there a sense of karma about this?
Oh, there could be worse trouble here for Seamus Kenny, because he was yellow carded already and he's now got a second, and it's gone from bad to worse. He's quizzing why. It's something that Garrod O'Cinneide saw. The referee has acted upon it. Let's look at this again here. That was the reason. He reached out with his right hand to Darrell Flynn. Kildare are marching towards the semi-finals of the GAA All-Ireland Championship, as Owen O'Flaherty pops over a 5th point for himself, and another for Kildare, and Kieran McGeeney can now begin to celebrate. He knows it's now after happening. We're just awaiting the final whistle. Chris O'Connor kicking it down. We've played the 2 minutes. Still Kildare have it. Holding on to it is Morgan O'Flaherty. What a success this is for the Lily Whites of Kildare. I'm sure it'll be like 1998 all over again. Out as far as Johnny Doyle. Goes for it, he's confident, it hits the post, locks in because it's gone over the bar, and he's got an 8th point. And it's quite a day, quite a performance. It's magnificent by Kildare, and there's been absolutely nothing that Meath have been able to do about it. The team that won the Leinster title are out of the championship, and it's Kieran McGeeney and Kildare who march on. They will play down in the second of the All-Ireland football semi-finals later in this month of August, and they had to do it without that man there, Dermot Early, injured so early on in the game. Going to Mick Foley there to congratulate him. The final score here at Rainy Croke Park is Kildare 2 goals and 17 points, Meath 1 goal and 12.
The boys showed good character, they used the ball well, like some good shot options which they weren't doing in the first half. Two boys inside, it caused some problems, and that's what you're looking for, everybody stepping up to the mark.
We can't have any complaints because, really in that second half they dominated it almost from start to finish. We only, I think, scored 3 points in the entire second half, which isn't good enough at this level.
Kevin McStay, for Kildare to lose Dermot Early after just a couple of minutes was a huge blow, wasn't it?
It was. The one player you'd say they had to have on their side if they were going to reach the semi-final, and yet in the very first play of the game he injures himself and he's carted off, and still Kildare, well, they don't get the good start. We know this at this stage, they don't bother with those, but they move on to put in, I would say, one of their best displays in the last 10-15 years, even the Dwyer era all that time. This was a terrific effort. Limited Meath to 3 points. You heard Eamon O'Brien mention that there, and the scores, the movement, the work rate, it was as close to a perfect display in shocking conditions, so an absolutely tremendous win for Kildare all round.
But Tony, only 6 weeks ago we saw them against Louth, and Louth scored 122 against them.
Yeah, but I suppose it's a totally different full back line now. It's a totally different attitude that Kildare have. It's a different team. This whole weekend is about the qualifiers. It's about momentum. It's about learning your best team, and it's about getting a winning habit. And out of all the teams that have gone through, Dublin and Kildare are the two teams that have learned most from the qualifiers, I feel. And today they were just magnificent. The energy and the way they played the ball into the full forward line, they were just brilliant.
Well, there's a whole broader issue there of teams coming through the qualifiers and provincial champions that we'll come to later on. But in adding to what Tony said there, Dara, you were particularly impressed with Kildare's mental strength.
Yeah, we spoke earlier about the loss of Dermot Early and how they responded to that. And two players in particular, John Doyle and James Kavanagh today, I thought responded. Let's say when you concede a big score, you're always looking to see who's going to do the next thing. Now, Johnny Doyle, early in the game today, if you look at the clock even up the top left-hand side of the screen, this is a very, very handy free. And it's demoralising. Most players would be demoralised and they'd wither right in front of your eyes. Next play, Johnny Doyle is out of midfield. Here we have him circled, winning the next ball. He's involved in this movement right through the length of the pitch, showing his game, he's showing all the time. And he's involved right at the end of this, as we see. This is the same movement, finishes up with Emmett Bolton passing the ball to Johnny Doyle, and he wins this free, which James Kavanagh scores. 2 minutes later, he's making himself available again. Johnny Doyle never hides. Most players would take their time here and say, listen, I'm after missing a bad free, and here we have James Kavanagh missing a bad free. It really, they're ones you'd expect him to kick. In the very next phase of play, James Kavanagh is directly involved, catching a huge ball and setting up Pádraig O'Neill for a handy score. It's how they responded to all these little moments right throughout the game. It shows their resilience and it shows their mental strength. We talk about, let's say, when teams concede goals, the big midfielders catch the next ball. Every time Kildare made a mistake today, the same player would be involved within the next minute or two, making a big movement in the game. And
that actually can be coached. That is mentioned on training fields, I'm sure of it. Recovering from a miss or whatever.
Yeah, but Doyle was always the main man. Now he has James Kavanagh and Smith and Callahan and O'Neill and O'Flaherty to take the pressure off him, so he doesn't have to be the main man anymore.
It's like they wipe out the baggage of all the bad stuff they've done instantly and go at it again. It's a hard thing to do.
You mentioned before, you looked at Kildare and sometimes the shooting fantastic and sometimes it was awful. Today you were impressed with how calm they were.
Yeah, I thought they showed a lot more composure. We spoke about this last weekend, not in an overly negative way, but just say that this is what better teams do. They make the options easier for themselves to go for the high percentage areas and they work the ball in to good effect. And we're going to see some magnificent examples of this. And, I can't speak highly enough of the skill level and the composure. That's O'Flaherty coming in. You can't miss from there generally if the composure and the link play. This is incredible. To have the thought process there and the calmness. It's all about working the position. this can be tapped over the bar from here, but he spots, this is real great awareness by O'Neill, and Alan Smith just flicks it in. He's just finishing off all the hard work. Here again, work the position all the time, make it the handy one, get the high option and push on. And Kildare are particularly good at this when they're in their zone. And that was the point I suppose I was making last week, and that's, I bring it around, complete the circle this week. I thought they were, when they put their mind to it, they were terrific at this. They obviously thought about it a wee bit and just say, look, let's get it into the good shooters and get the people that are used to putting them over. We spoke about Johnny Doyle, of course, earlier on, and he worked a lot of those positions as well.
Right. Tony, a word about Meath.